about having a quilt is that you can form it to whatever shape you need it to be. So if you want it to be a full up type of a square, you can. The other nice thing is that you can actually take part of it and you can slide it out and curl it and have it almost be like a wedge. You can do any of these things with a quilt. So it's super handy if you live in a warm environment and you don't have one. You know, you could buy a $100 and some quilt, or you could buy a barrel. Also, this can be as high as you want to. So you can see this right here, the way it is going to be higher than my quarter barrel that I just used, but I'm going to play with it anyway. So I have the grippy pad underneath. If I didn't have that, I would just go ahead and get some of that kitchen cabinet liner. So same exact idea here. It's going to be softer. So it does pose a little bit more of a challenge, but it still gives you support. So the higher it is, the better. Bend the knees, press the feet in, have your arms back behind the thighs, and you get to come into that quilt, and then you get to push your waistband into the quilt to come back up. It's actually really soft and really nice. And then curl forward. And then you can play with those legs, and I'll show you what it looks like if I come all the way up and have my feet against something. So I already know that if I start with my legs bent, as I go back, they may straighten. So I'm going to start with a bent leg. I'm going to press my feet in, and that will give me a little bit of a way to tuck, to roll back. And then I can use my arms here. I can press my feet into the wall. I'm going to press my waistband down to reach up and come over. And then we'll go ahead and I'll show you that extension. So I come over, and you want to shape your quilt in a way that you can come back and over. And then if you need to put your hands back behind your head for some help, do a little resistance with that neck, come to that upper ab curl. Then once you get to your upper ab curl here, you can take your hands nice and long, press your waistband into your quilt and reach up. So super nice. The quilt is going to require some play. I have been using a quilt in my work since the pandemic. Just easy ways for the people that I was giving classes to be able to do some reformer on the mat work, better roll-ups and things like that, just so they could practice and have something that they didn't have available since they couldn't be in studio. So there are a lot of things to use. TheraBands equal an old pair of leggings that you know aren't going to rip while you're doing your exercise. And then a quilt, a king size quilt is really perfect. And I'm going to say king size because you're going to have the ability to shape it however you want to do what you want to do. I really